Hi. Oh, yes, it is plugged in. Okay. My cat is losing her damn mind.
Rainy days and Mondays
Dwayne ways
me down.
Hello.
'Cause God don't make little green apples and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime.
It has begun.
Hello, and welcome to the CTB show. Today is June 3rd, 2018. The weather is awful as usual. The Dow.
24,635.
Come on, Dow. Let's get some action. Let's move somewhere.
Up 200 points.
Welcome to the show. My name is Evan the Mayor. That is Brian the Levy.
Baltimore changed to Seattle so gradually, I didn't even notice.
I was going to say New Orleans. Or like
Does it
some
rain in
part
New
of
Orleans?
Louisiana. It's always raining in New Orleans.
Muggy.
Muggy as hell. And that is Casey the Casey.
Howdy.
Welcome to the show. We're going to give you a fast and loose one before I'm wheels up on vacation. But before we get to that, top of the show, plugs.
I was gonna say fast and loose like a fatherless girl at prom.
Oh, a fatherless Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for continuing to patronize our various links on citythatbreeds.com/deals. I want to focus on this week, Ticketfly. Guys, do you need tickets to an event? Are you going to see William Shatner in concert? Click through the
We already did that.
I don't know. It's some future time. I know that he's coming back to Baltimore like later this year.
Oh, really?
I heard.
How? I don't know why. I think that's a show he's got to do once every year, not twice a year. If he can't pack the house the first time, how's he going to do it the second time?
Ouch. Well, he's going to talk about horses.
He's that much
Just
closer.
horses.
He's that much closer to death, I guess, that second time.
It's called the Just Horses Show. Oh, no.
Canceled?
Ticketfly website hack causing problems for local venues.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's been shut down.
For last week.
God damn it.
I think it's that kind of quality control people come to the City That Breeds podcast radio show for.
Speaking of radio,
Yeah.
Brian, tell us about the future of radio.
I have no idea. Not yet.
It's not Monday yet?
I was told to make a phone call.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll tease that for later to see what happens with that.
Oh, I might try to get a job. That's all. That's all it is. There is no future.
Trying to get a job.
I was told that maybe the guy that I thought doesn't like me, maybe doesn't not like me that much.
Okay.
So I should make that call.
Hey, a big ahead of time shout out to one friend of the show, Lowell Meltzer, for getting a local Emmy award.
So
Wow.
he actually won the Emmy.
I believe he did.
I thought he was just nominated, but that's fine.
So, was he nominated?
He was nominated.
I know it was a really weird post because he posted, "Hey, first one
In
and
20
it was a picture
years.
of his nomination."
Right. It was his first nomination.
Oh.
But I know the awards were yesterday, so I was like,
This episode is off to a rocky start.
I heard it wasn't even Lowell. It was Reed. His son Reed got the got the nomination for being the cutest little baby,
little bubbler.
cutest little baby weathercaster in the city.
No, it was for a shoot. He was covering the shooting in Dundalk.
Dundalk.
Oh, right. Yes, right.
It was something
It
substantial.
wasn't weather at all.
Well, then he will join the accolades of other former friend of the shows named Josie Sturman, who has like five local
We got to
Emmys or
hold it.
something.
I ruined that picture.
It was one of the best times ever when we recorded at ABC
Still
2.
don't have that.
The Deuce.
It was great.
It was really great.
You could smell Richard Scher.
You could. His musk was
Ugh.
everywhere. It was permeating all of especially every inch of that square off
That perm.
set that we recorded on.
His 80s perm.
I love seeing the pictures of that stage. And they're like, oh, we were there.
Yeah, we were there. We did a little episode. Good times, guys.
But
I've been on TV a lot in the local market.
Yeah.
I was on 2 episodes of It's Academic.
It's academic?
It's Academic.
It's academic.
And then I was on Masson all the time, once upon a time.
For what?
In the background of the Nina
That
Mark
does
show.
not count of being on television.
I was a
if you're in the
character on that show.
background.
I was a cast member on that show.
On what show?
The Anita Mark show.
Oh, right. Okay, because you were working for that
Yeah, I was
station.
I was there.
Right.
Just running the boards.
Yeah. Doing all the screeners for the conspiracy theorists.
Well, not so much for that sports show. They eventually. That's more like the Edge show. Will have all those conspiracy theorists.
I gotcha. Speaking of sports, Deadspin came out with an article recently entitled, Casey, do the honors.
There's 2 of them.
I'm the one who.
Sorry, Brian, you don't have a phone in your hand.
That's all right. I actually know the information.
You have-
Baltimore High School is sick of getting whooped by football coach who spends millions on his team.
So this is the St. Francis Academy's football story. Actually, Deadspin, since they're an aggregator, they got it from the Sun. So this is a story that came from the Sun. St. Francis Academy, which is one of the Catholic schools in town, in the MIAA, which is the Maryland Interathletic Association or something. I don't know. You can Google it yourself. They have become a football powerhouse on the back of their coach, who was a venture capitalist, who is now a football coach. He has paid for numerous players to go to the school. He gave
The article in question, they speculate it's like $500,000
Sure.
just in tuition in tuition, and then that doesn't include room and board. And
correct.
Stuff like that.
He's putting these players up. The other. Let's be charitable and say, let's screw charity. The whiter Catholic schools, prep schools, your Gilmans, your St. Paul's, your Calvert Halls, they are now refusing to play St. Francis Academy. They say they are too good. This is a school.
It says on Tuesday, Mount St. Joe announced that they were dropping them from the schedule.
This is a black school. The former name of the school was St. Francis School for Colored Girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so it was a school that was set up in 1826 for the children of slaves. All of a sudden, they become this powerhouse, and now the schools refuse to play this winning black team as opposed to the many years that they were playing them. Many years, I say.
Multiple levels of racism going on
Yeah,
here.
it's really interesting. So
It's interesting because, like you said, you had some background on this, and reading the article, I did not know any of the background information, and it totally just kind of glosses over that.
So the guy who hired the coach, Biff Posey, I think is the name, or something like that. He got my sister into Seton Keogh. He wrote the letter and said, "Yeah, let this Jew in." So my family really likes him. On the other hand, there's our people that are attached to Gilman, and the inside info said, my dad just told me the story of what happened at Gilman. He was like,
Because the coach, so Pogge?
Yeah, Pogge. Okay.
Yeah, so Pogge, he came from Gilman.
Right. So he was doing a lot of the same things at Gilman, and the idea was, are these players really attached to our method of winning and stuff? Is this how we want to win? I guess, bringing in 6'5" black kids, is that the way we want to win? So yeah, it's a really, really interesting story, just attached to how high school sports are played these days.
Right.
What does it mean to be a high school athlete? Because college is so expensive, and if you are a athlete of any caliber, you can get scholarships. The national level, these high school sports are played, and then Baltimore racism.
Right. Yeah. Do we think that these college athletes should be paid?
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, my cousin was a D1 lacrosse player at North Carolina in the 90s. So a very big program. And what he said is, yeah, it's like he said we weren't paid, but we got money for our books and then I would just turn around and sell them back day of. And that's how I got paid.
Selling your books?
Yeah, right. I guess
Get you a couple $100.
Well, I guess the percentages were different back then.
Yeah. No, they immediately lose like 200% of their value when you try to sell them back to the store. They're like, that'll be $25.
You owe us for taking these off your hands. You're like, well, fuck, I don't want them.
These books are worthless, utterly worthless. Oh God, I still have like at least 15 of my textbooks.
Yeah, I kept a lot. Some of the
I got my
got two.
principles of biology, genetics, like a couple of like really higher end sort of sciencey.
From my last go around, I kept a couple because they were really Jewy and I liked them.
It should be noted that producer Mila is soaking wet. She's been running in and out of the house, getting rained on.
Did you guys play high school sports?
I didn't play
played
jack
tennis.
shit.
You played tennis?
Yes.
All right. So I was on the lacrosse team. It is my belief that because of this kind of like recruitment of athletes, I would not even make my high school team anymore.
Right.
And that's part of what's like. Should we be going outside of, the people who can go to this school to find our players, or like should we just be taking like this, the small white kids? But then again, shouldn't you be having just some poor black kids in your school anyway, or poor, just poor people in your school anyway to make the rich white kids better? And then the issues are touchy.
Yes, it goes beyond a tipping point where it's like the entire team is clearly stacked, and there's a methodology that has been done.
I think it depends on academics too, because ultimately, at the end of the day, you are at the school to learn. And so, if they're going out and these are people who would not be able to be admitted based on academic merit, that's one thing. But if it's like, okay, these are poor people who clearly have the desire and
and thank God they're 6'5", 250
They
pounds.
just so happen to be genetically blessed.
Yeah, I mean, that's a different story. But if it's like, hey, we're getting some people who can't, wouldn't qualify to.
This is just modern day colonialism.
So
modern day slavery.
Kind of. So when it comes to high schools where maybe donations aren't that big of a deal, I think in these schools they are. I agree with you that, as long as they can pass the grades, then I'm not complaining. Here's my problem with that statement. They're at the end of the day, they're here for athletics. I do not agree with that when it comes to college sports.
You mean academics?
Yeah, well, yeah. At the end of the day, they're just here for academics. I do not. When it comes down to the NCAA's, I do not believe that. Like those kids are there to make the schools money and other people money, and they're making them billions. Those kids
quite literally
deserve to get paid.
Depends on the school, but it's we could spend an hour talking about.
That's fine. But if you're going to Michigan and to play ball, and you're not going to fucking Stony Brook or something, you should make more bucks going to Michigan than you do going to Stony Brook.
Sports are dumb.
Sports have gotten just like unfun. Like,
yeah,
were they ever fun? They were.
It's true. Everyone's gotten so goddamn serious about like football. Take a knee.
And then you
la la la.
The added layer of like CTE now.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then you're like, oh, we're high school football, like that CTE and that sort of thing starts.
All right.
Years before.
Round table. Let's pick a sport. I'll pick a sport and I'll say something terrible about it. And we have to do this with every sport we can possibly do. Golf, huge waste of resources, the most disgusting, environmentally catastrophic sport there is.
Handball
is exclusionary because you have to have access to a facility that people without money have no access to.
Oh, first off, you just need a wall to play handball. But
shut up,
squash.
But are you saying all the bad things? As I would say, lacrosse, rapists.
Right.
Of course.
Unless. So I made this observation recently that in this area, whenever there's a group of AA youths or suspicious youths, as they call them, if a single one of them is carrying a lacrosse stick, no worries.
I would like to say
just nice boys going on their way to
just to hand everybody out lacrosse sticks.
Give every black kid a lacrosse stick.
I would like to say congratulations to my cousin's kid who just made the high school All-American team.
Oh,
I mean, like, he's a serious player.
Wow.
Like, yeah, really cool.
Let's see, what other sports?
Baseball, boring.
Yes. But that's about the only bad thing I can say about baseball.
Arm
otherwise
wrestling.
it's kind of fun. Ooh. No, nothing wrong with arm wrestling. That is a free sport. All you need is a table. Although I'm sure there's a lot of juicing going on, so that's problematic. And it gave us the film Over the Top.
Over the Top. That people can't see me, but I just pretended to put my hat on backwards.
All I have to do is tilt my hat to the right, and that means I'm powered up.
Are there any other sports?
like
Tennis.
Are there any other sports?
Tennis. Super misogynistic. Did you see this thing about Serena Williams?
No.
So she went away to have her baby, right? When she went away, #1 player in the world, because she missed 6-8 months or whatever. Now she is like, she was ranked 250th or some shit.
Okay.
And they're like, you just penalized her for going to have a baby. Like, you can't do that.
Well,
It's different though.
But
Like,
it's
She should be able to hold her spot.
no.
Yes.
If you're not playing, you can't hold your spot. It
Sure.
doesn't matter if you're
Sure,
having
what,
a
just
baby.
because she can't retire #1?
But it's like if she retires.
But that's not
like-
retiring. It's different.
Well,
right.
it's
She's not
no,
retiring.
if you're considered active or not, like that's no.
They should give it like more than like I kind of get what you're saying. Like maybe it should be more than a year,
Or
something
maybe
like
just
that.
more than giving birth. Like, she lost her leg. Okay, she's not #1 anymore.
Well, it depends. So it depends on how the rankings are calculated. If the rankings
Oh,
say
so
that,
here's
like,
how it
you
works.
have to,
So if
like,
if
compete
Tiger
every
Woods
6
goes-
This is for the French Open. The French Open can much like Wimbledon. Wimbledon like kind of skews its rankings or whatever because
Okay.
people have trouble in the grass. So the French Open also has that power to skew its rankings. Like they're basically saying people who the players, the women are saying that she should not be this low in the seeds. She should be the #1 fucking seed. But French Open said, nah, fuck it. We won't. We're penalizing her for being like, she has to play more matches and shit.
But yeah, I mean, it's like Tiger Woods goes to rehab for 3 months. He doesn't get to keep his spot. I don't know.
No,
if I understand this.
I don't think you can compare the modern.
It's a medical condition, having a baby versus whatever.
The miracle of life is not going to rehab.
What if Tiger Woods wanted to go on paternity leave?
You know what? I'd like to hope. First off, the Masters doesn't want to have Tiger Woods anyway. There's that problem with black skin, and secondly, they're not woke enough for them to like recognize paternity leave. Sir, I say, sir, you are not welcome here.
Give me a green jacket, please.
The South will rise again. Paternity leave, sir.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's a big leap.
Well, it's the Masters. Augusta
yeah,
National.
the Master.
Augusta National isn't known for its open mind.
Diversity.
All right, name another sport.
I don't think there are any. Oh, lawn darts.
Dangerous. Very dangerous. They banned them.
Have you guys watched any of? And I see the commercials, and I know Evan doesn't have cable. So Casey, have you watched any of?
I don't have cable either.
Oh, they have Dart League on BBC America on Thursday night
sounds
darts.
amazing.
Competitive darts.
And the commercials are like, it's like WWE mixed with the bar. And I'm like, well, that
What?
sounds awesome. Because like apparently these teams have personalities.
Oh, that's
I also don't
interesting.
watch esports, but I know that's a growing
Esport, all right,
money
esports.
maker.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a fuck you.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Esports
about
also littered with misogyny.
Curling.
Ooh, curling.
It takes way too many kilowatts to keep the facility cold unless it's like in the northern reaches of Canada
Did you know
where
that?
it belongs.
Did you know that the National Curling Center is in Maryland?
What? We gotta go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah. One of Reagan's buddies is like really into it.
You just have to have good quads to do that.
I think like curling is our way into the Olympics.
It's the only way in.
No, I'm gonna be like that skiing lady. I'm gonna find some country to take me. Welcome to Estonia, Mr. Levy.
I just watched Borat last night.
Is Estonia part of the Borat legend?
No.
Okay.
Just Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan,
But,
yeah.
It's Eastern Europe.
Welcome to Kazakhstan, Mr. Levy.
Yeah.
So my favorite part of the
Oh, wait,
Olympic-
but you're Jewish.
Throw the Jew down the well.
My favorite part of the Olympics was curling, and in between the matches, the guy on the mixed doubles team, I forget his name, but he was. They were interviewing somebody, and you could see him in the background drinking beer with the guys from Canada.
Weren't there? Wasn't there like a bunch of either Russian or Chinese curlers that got
was Russian.
tapped for juicing?
Yeah, it was the curling mixed doubles team.
Russia really is the worst place.
And
Could you imagine what their high school football teams are like?
it's like the athletes
all
of-
Ivan
Here is
Drago.
Oleg. No, he is not 45 years old.
Here's Ivan Drago, and
Watch
Ivan
the new
Drago.
Rocky movie is about
It's-
Ivan Drago's son
Versus
I'm excited.
versus Creed's son.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing I've ever
No,
heard.
it's
I love it.
amazing. It's amazing.
I love it.
I hate it.
Like he's got to box the son of the guy who killed his dad. It's like Macbeth or something.
We already know
Not
what's
Macbeth,
going to
Hamlet.
We already know what's going to happen
No,
in
we
this film.
don't.
Yes, we do.
It's not Rocky, so who knows?
Well, yeah, because since it's not Rocky 4, what if it's the opposite? What if instead of ending communism, Creed 2 starts communism?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He kills Ivan Drago's son, and then
The
Russia.
Soviet Union says, no, we're reforming.
Yeah, we're reforming and we're invading the entire world. Good luck, guys.
Oh, man.
We got nukes. What do you got?
We got nukes.
We know how to use it.
Yes.
This sounds real plausible.
No, I think it's going to happen.
Speaking of nukes, Nuke sounds like Nick, and we watched Nick Arcade this weekend.
Yeah,
That
so
was a stretch.
like I said, I don't think it is wrong of me when I say that we spent $6.
Yes.
That part is completely true. To
$6?
get 7 episodes of Nick Arcade.
About $1 each.
Yeah,
Crazy.
And it is the most responsible expenditure of money I've made.
If
all
you
year.
would like to watch these episodes of Nick Arcade Season 2, click through the banner, Amazon banner on citythebreeds.com/deals.
I was hipped to this fact by a couple different articles online, but you guys did not know when we were watching them.
Yeah.
The episode descriptions and titles of these Nick Arcade episodes are amazing. So,
What is this show? Because I've never heard of it.
Oh, my God.
Nick Arcade, it was a Nickelodeon game show, much like Finders Keepers
Okay.
or Picture This.
There were tons of these game shows.
So is this the one
Double
that had, like,
Dare?
Rampage? Like they would compete and they would play like Rampage or something like that?
So it takes
Yes and no.
the worst parts of Double Dare, mixes with a host who is subpar, to say the least. He is not Mark Summers. Mark Summers is dynamic and professional and good at his job. Phil Moore, the host of Nick Arcade, is dynamic, but I don't know why they chose these episodes, but he's not necessarily good in them.
But yeah, the children look dismayed at best. Usually, when they're there's like not a smile on a single one of them, unless they win one of the terrible prizes, like a telescope.
As an adult, it is very obvious to me that these kids are fucking overwhelmed. Like,
Yeah.
they are just deer in the headlights. So Nick Arcade, it is a video game based game show. So
Sort of.
There are certain parts of the game. There is trivia. There is moving a character on a board.
Oh God,
There-
what a board!
There are
Board, BORED.
and there are video games, and you have to play arcade games.
You have to play arcade games. You have to hit a very menial score within
Yeah.
like 30 seconds, like 2,000 points on Truxton.
I mean, these children, like,
That was a deep cut.
They're the kind of scores where you have to be like a thalidomide kid and like can't be able to manipulate the joystick.
The
Like,
only way you're going to lose is if you do not
have arms.
Yeah, and even then, you could probably play with your chin.
Right, and still get like the 3,000 points needed. So we watched 3 of these episodes, maybe 4. Problem with the episode, the first episode was called "Phil Moore Wears a Hawaiian Shirt." The second episode was called "Phil Moore Continues to Wear a Hawaiian Shirt."
Yeah.
The third episode was Phil Moore Wears a Gold Shirt. We did not watch the 4th episode, but let me tell you, the name was Phil Moore is still wearing that gold shirt for some reason.
the description of episode 4, this does not necessarily speak to the content of this episode, but host Phil Moore wears a tremendous sweater in this episode. The pattern is mesmerizing, and the cut is ahead of its time.
Yeah. So. This is how we spend our night.
This is before you
No,
guys
it's
saw,
not. We did a lot of other
Well,
stuff.
yeah.
This is before you guys saw the AV News article, right?
No, I had already seen this. I went looking to show everybody, and then
Okay.
we bought the episodes. The end of the episode, the end of the game, if people don't remember, is the conceit is you go inside of a video game. All right,
It's so awkward and so terrible.
I remember watching this. Now I had to look up. A couple
it's
of
jumping
screenshots.
against the blue screen. It's like the people saw this game show and said, "Yes, you know what? We should make Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow because it's going to be exactly this awesome."
Featured recently on How Did This Get Made?
Yeah, I know, but it's still it tracks. So like you have to like hit orbs and get bananas.
Yeah, and gold coins and
But
shit.
the problem is
You're being bombarded with like projectiles that you physically just cannot avoid. There's no fucking hit detection in this video game.
and one thing they don't tell you is that if you stand on top of the bad guy, you just continually lose your power, which is how they lost every time.
Yeah.
One of the idiot kids
Yeah.
would just stand on top of the bad guy and keep getting his power sucked. And not the good way either.
I don't think so. I looked it up on the Wikipedia, but there were 84 episodes of this show. 2 seasons, 84 episodes. And we watched like 4 or 5 of them, and it was the same video games, same final villain, same everything, and even the same like map where the little Nick Arcade Phil, whatever his name is, Mikey.
You got to move Mikey through the map.
And every single-
careful, don't get hit by the bully.
He's throwing a pie at you. I remembered this from my childhood. It was that when, first of all, I remembered the theme song vaguely, but every time, but every time Mikey moves on the map, it goes.
And then that's the sound of the
That
game,
sound still rings in my head every so often, and I hate it.
Yeah, I also remember a lot where Fillmore would you have to walk over here to play the video games, and here we are right now.
It's like he lost his fucking mind even before the show was produced. He's so bananas crazy. He's like, hey kids, Fillmore.
And for some reason, there's no editing on the show.
No, he fucks up a lot.
A lot. And they just keep on rolling. We got half an hour to Phil. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Phil.
Phil.
The description for episode 7 is amazing.
Read it.
Host Phil Moore wears a shirt so baggy that a sharp gust would send him sailing into the sky. The contestants go inside a video game where they are required to put on helmets and knee pads so they can safely steal digital bananas from virtual monkeys.
Evan, you actually posted. I'm looking for the one that you posted on the Fam Zone.
Yeah. Navigate your ass and balls to the CTB Fam Zone Extreme.
It's definitely also worth Brian and Amy versus Nicole and Richard. A contestant named Nicole goes inside of a video game and has to jump over virtual rats in an attempt to win a set of encyclopedias. Host Phil Moore makes no attempt to convince her that it isn't worth the trouble.
This is very true. We should take a beat to go over these terrible, terrible prizes that are always the exact fucking same. It's like sets of encyclopedias, some form of educational toy,
Casio keyboard.
a Casio keyboard.
So
a 19-inch Zenith television.
And how 19-inch is?
It wasn't even 19. It was like 9.
No, 19
Was
inches.
it 19?
It was 19. So this must have been the big push this year for the company, British Knights Ratchet.
Yeah, BK,
which had ratchet straps that you could make noise with,
Yeah.
which was their main seller.
Yeah. Hey, remember British Knights?
Yeah. Do they still? Can you go to Payless and buy British Knights?
I don't know. Remember British Knights was the more quote street shoe. They had all the high top tongues and stuff like that. For I don't know, it was hip to wear BK.
Was it?
I don't know.
I never wore a pair. It was hip to wear Nikes
you
where
were-
I was friend.
right. I thought I was hot shit when I got a pair of fucking Chuck Taylors. For
fine.
For $20.
Yeah, Chuck Taylors.
But
They don't cost $20 anymore.
not anymore. They're like 180.
Yeah.
That's a lie. I mean, they're still very expensive.
Laceless Converses will cost you $75, and you're like, but they don't even come with laces.
What about the Reebok Pump? That's making a comeback.
Is it?
I heard.
So dumb. What is the point?
Nike Air.
What's
it's a
the point?
shoe that has air pockets in it.
I think the point was because it would cushion your feet,
Yeah.
so you could jump
That's a lie.
and not hurt your
So
and not
you
hurt
could
the
jump
soles
higher.
of your feet.
But what about the Nike the Reebok Pump? I don't quite remember where the bladder was.
It was under your
Was it
foot.
under your foot. So Right, and it had a release valve that would like deflate your foot. You know what?
Were your parents the kind of parents who would buy you pump shoes?
Hell no.
Hell to the no.
I got Walmart shoes.
Okay, we didn't get.
I didn't. I was dressed in a burlap sack for the first 10 years of my life.
We got Foot Locker shoes,
Foot Locker.
but like or Stride Right when we were children.
Stride Right.
You know,
I had Zips
with my bow biters.
Zips. Zips are a lot of fun. No,
I've never
they're
heard of
Velcro
those.
shoes.
Oh, would you wear?
Yes, I would wear Velcro shoes today as an adult. Yes, absolutely.
Are you allowed?
No.
You know what? When I'm feeling cash, sure, but I'm not going to wear them on a date.
But where would I find them? Where could I find stylish Velcro shoes?
Amazon.com. Just click through the banner.
I don't think that's a thing.
Velcro shoes?
Stylish Velcro
I don't
shoes.
think there is.
I bet there are. Let's look it up.
There's close because like you can get like for runners they make these like bungee cord shoelaces that you put in.
Yeah,
so
I've seen those.
Kind of like Velcro, but
Those
not
look
really.
stupid. They're all curly Q-y. They look like curly fries. I want to
No,
eat
not
them.
the curly Q ones.
Oh.
They're just like they're straight, and then you put you've got like a little fastener that you can adjust how tight they are.
Gotcha.
But the idea is that so your shoes don't come untied.
I would wear bow biters again. With all my favorite
I
characters.
like a good slip on. When I traveled for work, I would pretty much exclusively wear slip on shoes because I hate having to take them off or getting on the airplane.
Should be noted that while we were watching Nick Arcade, we also watched Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
And that was terrible too.
That show is difficult.
Yeah.
The questions are hard, and the kids are just fucking guessing. They're just like,
Is it hard for you as an adult or
no.
hard for children?
Yes, both.
The children didn't know any of the answers either. They like it was obvious. They're like, oh, fuck.
So
it,
did
I'll go with
anybody
this
ever
one.
win?
It's basically like, what's the easternmost country in this section of Europe? Blah, blah, blah. Is it Estonia? Is it the? And the kids are basically just guessing wildly.
Interestingly enough, did anybody win? The girl came really close.
She was one. So I forgot.
But I think it's because she just remembered. Like they tell you where everything is before.
They
you
do.
just have to remember the map.
Well, yeah, so if you haven't seen Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego in a while, and why would you have, there's a gigantic map that they have to take flags and place on the appropriate
On the map,
country
yeah.
and get 7 of them right in like 20, 25 seconds or something.
60 seconds.
It wasn't 60.
Then it was 30.
30. It was something difficult because I think we watched more than one, and certainly the nobody won.
No.
But the fucking grand prize was a set of encyclopedias.
Right.
Because it's an educational show on PBS.
Or a world band radio gumshoes.
Oh, my God.
Len Thigpen here, the chief. I die after I make Bicentennial Man.
What a way to go out, though.
She does. I do feel comfortable doing that voice for her because she tries to be. I think she's going for like 1930s newspaper man.
Oh,
Listen
sure.
to me, gumshoes.
She always puts that goddamn magnifying glass up against her eye.
Yeah, people can't see me. I'm doing the magnifying
Yeah,
glass.
he's doing the
Why you
move.
say gumshoes?
But if we didn't have the show, we would never have the sound.
Rockapella.
Do-de-do.
It's amazing.
Wop.
Rockapella
Do-de-do.
is still the
Wop.
best part of that show.
Do-de-do. Wop. Pow.
Well, she'll sneak around the world from Berlin to Carolina.
Kiev to
Down
Carolina.
2 places, Germany and the United States. That's the only places Carmen Sandiego is going.
Where in the world is Carmen
Remaking.
Yeah, I think Gina Rodriguez is going to be Carmen.
Huh?
It's going to be more of like...
Oh, right. It's
Which
going to be
is-
like a show or a movie or whatever.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Listen, I'll watch anything Gina
That's
Rodriguez.
my favorite. My favorite thing about the game show and the video games and the whatever was that she would like steal the pyramids of Giza.
Oh no, Mount Rushmore's gone.
Where did it go?
Netflix live action feature film.
Somebody stole the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, she just had a Huey come along and she lifts it off the ground.
Do you guys remember the cartoon?
Yes.
There was a Fox cartoon, and
Yeah.
it was like, come on, we need you 2 teenagers to help us catch Carmen Sandiego. And then for some reason, they had a computer sidekick who looked just like Egon from Ghostbusters. Look it up; it's real.
I'm more interested in talking about James Bond Jr.
Bond. Look out, he's
Cartoon
coming through. He's got a job to do while he saves the girl. James Bond. James Bond Jr.
Instead of martinis, it was milkshakes.
Who the fuck knows, bro? I don't remember
No, it was
anything.
I'm pretty sure it's part of the song.
Oh, okay. I don't remember anything
The
about
intro.
that show except that line, and Jaws was in it.
Oh yeah.
But except I think he had like a metal. At this point at the time, his bottom half of his face.
Yeah,
was metal.
he had a metal mouth instead of
But
metal teeth.
Odd Job, no Odd Job.
No, but I bet you Oddjob's kid was in it. Like
One of my favorite moments from that show, and it's the only one I remember. James Bond Jr. is trapped on a cliff, and a very large log is rolling at him. And rather than simply jump over the log and avoid death, his shoes become rockets, and he jets over the log to safety.
Much more complicated. I think this is the time to share this information. I bought from work the other day an almost complete set of the Cops comic book.
What?
Fighting crime in a future time.
Oh, yeah.
Like Cops, like on Fox Cops?
No. This is a cartoon. COPS. I couldn't even.
C period, O period, P period,
I was going
S
to say, if
period.
they made a comic book of Cops,
But I
it'd be
don't think
amazing.
it stood for anything. It was just the tagline was "Fighting crime in a future time," and it had like the boss was like Big Boss, but maybe that's the guy from Dick Tracy. But then it had another guy called Long Arm, and he had like Bionic Commando type thing. And I don't remember anything about this show except, but I bought a whole bunch of comic books, so I'm gonna read them.
Great.
Yeah,
Great use of your money.
Oh well, they were $1 books, 3 for $1
Oh.
weekend. So
Okay.
$4.
If you would like to get,
More comic books, 403 North Charles Street, Collector's Corner.
if you'd like to send us food.
Oh, 403 North Charles Street, Collector's Corner. Care of Brian Levy.
No, not care of Brian Levy.
Well, don't do it. Care of City That Breeds, because it's it again delivered.
Oh,
They really suck like that.
shit. Okay. All right, next topic. Next. Oh, we should do an episode about Rock, because that took place in Baltimore.
I'd have to watch an episode of Rock.
Well, it's on YouTube. I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
It's a 90s sitcom for sure.
Yeah,
And Jamie Foxx is in it.
It was good, right?
I think he was in an episode of it. I don't remember if he was in it full time.
And didn't they start doing Rock Live?
They did an episode of Rock Live.
Oh.
It was the era when like every show had to do an episode live. ER Live, Rock Live, Roseanne Live. Ooh, Roseanne.
Oh, right.
Don't they recycle that every couple of years?
Yes.
Because like then you had 30 Rock Live.
It's definitely a sweep type.
Yeah, but
of,
30 Rock Live was because they're all SNL people.
Yeah.
yeah,
so-
they can pull that off.
Yeah.
Roseanne.
Right. What happened?
She called a person a monkey and
Jesus Christ.
got 150 people fired.
The willful misunderstanding that people are doing over this is really disturbing. The Samantha Bee called Ivanka Trump a cunt.
Right.
Why did she get fired? One's mean. The other is racist.
Were you listening to Brian Kilmeade yesterday like I was and listening to all the people make excuses for Roseanne? Well, not even... No, they're like, no. What Roseanne did was deplorable. She deserves to lose her job, but she got like all these people fired. And why do we give a pass to all these other people that make these comments about our precious leader, Donald Trump? Bill Maher likened him to that of an orangutan. And I'm like, yeah, because he has orange hair.
Right.
And orangutans have orange hair.
And you can say whatever you want about
it's
white
not
people.
fucking race.
It's just the rule. It's just the rule. Just live with it.
That's the problem that I have. Is like, yes, you can have a serious gripe that there is a double standard in the media, but you don't use the Roseanne as the example. Like, it's
No.
very clearly she did something terrible and deserved to be fired. And even that Tommy, whatever the
Tommy Lauren.
yeah, her. Like she even said like, yeah, we really shouldn't be defending Roseanne, and then went on to like this whole like, Bill Maher
Defense of
should've got-
Roseanne.
Yeah, however,
no,
all of
no,
these...
no. She absolutely won't defend Roseanne, but she was like, yeah, but there's still a double standard. But like,
I
you
guess.
don't use the Roseanne thing as an example.
Well, that's just their jumping point now, is to put a spotlight on all these other examples of Hollywood elitism and libtards, like doing the double standard dance.
It's so funny when they talk about like Hollywood elitism and how Hollywood
Oh, poor them.
is like not against is against conservatives. It's all old white men that run Hollywood. It's totally conservative. Like it's just the silliest argument.
It was funny to me that it wasn't only maybe less than a month ago that the Film Actors Guild or whatever removed Roman Polanski from
Right.
their like accolades section.
Also, it's not the Film Actors Guild. What
did I say?
The Film Actors Guild.
Film Actors Guild.
Like from Team America.
So what is it actually?
I don't. It's
Screen
like,
Actors Guild.
It's the Screen Actors
SAG.
Guild. Yeah, but
Okay.
it's either Screen Actors Guild or something else.
I'm so glad I accidentally did that.
Oh my gosh.
At any rate, they gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award. Harrison Ford got up on stage and said, "This Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Roman Polanski," and they all stood up and applauded his ass
So,
as he
who's
hangs
Roman
out in
Polanski?
France. Roman Polanski is a film director, who in the 1960s...
Rosemary's Baby is one of his big movies. His wife was Sharon
Tate, who was murdered by the Manson family, and he's also a Holocaust survivor.
and it kind of drove him crazy.
It may have driven him a little nuts. A column B, column C, all of the above.
Right.
So fast forward to...
Either way, he spent a couple of years in the wilderness, during which he butt-fucked a 14-year-old.
Well, thanks for jumping on my storytelling.
Is that the guy? Is he the one that's like not allowed? Like he's out of the
Yes,
country right now,
correct.
and he can't come back.
He's in France.
He most recently, his most recent critically acclaimed movie was The Pianist. I believe he won.
That's actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
I also enjoy The Ninth Gate.
With
Johnny Depp. It's about books and the devil.
I
don't know,
haven't seen it.
It's a strange film. So he says
Chinatown, not Rosemary's Baby.
Yes, Chinatown's dope. Brian kind of glosses over the butt fucking a 14-year-old, but it was like a hot tub party. They were doing Quaaludes or something. This girl was 15, and yes, he sodomized her. There is some question as to whether this whole thing was consensual. There is a documentary about him and sort of the fallout of this case. Like, he was gonna go to jail. But sort of not really, and then he was, and then he wasn't, and then the judge, once it started to gain media attention, was like, no, he's going to prison for life. And then he basically was like, fuck this, I'm out of here, I'm going to Europe. And they interview the lady who was, sexually assaulted by him, and she's just like, I'm over this. Like, let's stop it. Stop giving this guy attention. Like, I'm fine with it. I've made peace with it. La la la. Let's just stop.
She was 13.
13. Okay.
Well then,
No, it's terrible. He should not have done that.
He should not have done that. But if I'm going to pull the Fox News maneuver, what the fuck were their parents thinking? The parents like yes, go to a hot tub party at Roman Polanski's photo shoot. Why not? It's the 60s. Everyone's doing lewds and coke and stuff. Anyway, yeah, don't fuck 13-year-olds, guys.
well then.
But she was a really good-looking 13-year-old. You know what I'm talking about?
She knew what she was doing.
Yeah. No.
There's no way to say that shit these days and not seem creepy.
She knew what she was doing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what? He wasn't a pedophile like the entire time? I don't know. You know what? He's not a pedophile. He's not.
What is he?
He's just a weird dude who had sex with a 13-year-old once. Pedophiles are only attracted to children. He is.
I don't know.
I think he's.
I don't know what he's done.
Well, was Sharon Tate a child?
I don't think so.
He got her pregnant.
He did.
She was pregnant when she was stabbed to death.
He loved her.
He loved her deeply.
Oh, if you read like any of like, any of Helter Skelter, like it's almost like really nice to Roman Polanski.
That is one instance in history of crime that like it is so like. Ooh, so many bad things happened to this guy and his whole existence.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not giving him a pass, but I get it.
No, he doesn't get a pass. He spent some time in the wilderness, and that's how it ended up with him.
Why
like,
was
doing
he in
a
the
fucked
wilderness?
No.
He wasn't. He was not.
Metaphor, in the wilderness.
Okay,
like
gotcha,
he was lost.
I was a little bit confused.
No, he basically was at his palatial manor or some shit and had this 13-year-old girl over for like a photo shoot, and then they did drugs and had butt
terrible.
sex.
Like you still can't do that. It doesn't matter if your wife gets murdered. You can't do that.
Or if you were a Holocaust survivor.
Can't do it.
Still can't diddle children. You don't get a diddled children card.
Nope, never.
Is that the title of the episode? Diddle children?
No.
Not in community chest.
In other
Not in
news,
chance.
the breeds were delisted from
Yeah.
auctions.
Oh. Yeah, I don't want to get banned. Oh, well. All right, we are just about overdue for a break, and it is now, and we are not going to take one, but we are going to now celebrate the internet sensation.
Give me the tray.
Sweeping 92Q. It's time for shoutouts.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts.
SO.
This is the part of the show in which we don't take a break and we give mad props, a.k.a. shoutouts to persons, places, and things that are improving our quality of life and giving us shoutouts. What you got, Casey? What's going on? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Big shout-out to Allison Robicelli, who gave us a shout-out on Twitter. She said you should listen to the Rude Cooking School podcast, City
You
That
should.
Breeds, and Goreliking Good.
I like
Richard
all
Gorelick.
of those people.
Yes, for all food intel, they are all fantastic, entertaining, and exceptionally wonderful people. I agree.
We will be having Allison on the show in a couple of weeks.
Didn't you say June 10th?
So
Literally 1 week from
next
now?
week.
Thank you. I couldn't pronounce her last name.
I will be. I'm assuming that's what it is. I hope it's not Robicelli. That doesn't seem appropriate.
I don't know anything about Italians.
You don't?
Robicelli or Robicelli. Robicelli. I like the second one.
Okay. Anyway, so
Robicelli.
that'll be next week. My shout out is to Pack Up and Go. I'm about to leave. Less than what time is it? 4 o'clock ish.
12 hours.
Oh my god, I'm going to be awake in like 13 hours.
When do you leave?
I'm 8:30 is my flight, so I'll be getting to the airport at like 6:30.
Do you know
in
what
the
gate
morning.
you're going to?
Nope.
You're not. So you're not going to find out till you park.
Basically, I'm getting dropped off.
Well,
Shout out to
don't
my
you have to
mom.
read it because you have to be dropped off at the right airline?
That's true.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
When you're approaching BWI, you'll open.
Correct.
Excellent.
I gave them a tip, the company itself, that we have been talking about this, and I've been posting about it in the Fam Zone, and they're interested in that content. So I will be Instagramming the bejesus out of this trip, and if you would like to see it,
You're going to beautiful Terre Haute, North Dakota.
yeah, Terre Haute. I don't know where I'm going.
I
they're-
brought it up with my wife. I knew as soon as
My
I
wife!
mentioned it to my wife, she would be all aboard. She was like, "I want to do this now."
Every single person that I've spoken to is very interested in me being the guinea pig for this excursion, and I probably will do it again.
So if you don't die,
with a
then
bunch of
they will
people.
have some
No,
repeat
listen.
business.
Casey, this summer, Katherine Heigl and Pete Diggs
Our
in
Touristas
Hostel. I would say Hostel 4. Pack up and go.
a Pack Up and Go production. Brought to you by Pack Up and Go.
Sponsored by.
Arby's.
We've got the meat.
That's a joke. That's a joke other people make.
All right, Brian, go ahead.
I have a shout out. So Adam Conover, the host of Adam Gets It Wrong.
Wait, what?
Adam Conover, the host of Adam Gets It Wrong.
No, Adam ruins everything.
Adam ruins everything. Ziggy gets it wrong. I'm just so used to saying Ziggy gets it wrong. Adam ruins everything. Pardon me. Guys, I got a shout out. Adam Conover, the host of Adam Ruins Everything, was invited to a Marketing to Millennials conference
Okay.
to be a speaker. So he did a 25-minute presentation on why millennials are bullshit. Like why the idea of millennials are bullshit and how you can't market to them. Millennials don't exist.
Awesome.
I'm sure I would enjoy that presentation, but I know how to market to millennials.
No, it's amazing. Like the PowerPoint is great. Find it on YouTube. Like the whole 25 minutes is up there. It's really worth watching.
All right.
And I don't spend 20 minutes watching anything.
Except Nick Arcade.
Well, true.
Casey, we got some shout-outs from the Fam Zone, but
Shout-out.
your shout-out first I can talk. Go ahead.
Shout out from John. Shout out to
Johnny the Mailman? The worst guest ever?
Yeah.
How dare you, sir?
Shout out to the one Nigerian prince actually trying to give you his money.
Yeah, I would give him a shout-out.
From Rob. Shout out
Bobbity
to
bop bop bop? Or other Rob?
Kudirka.
Kudirka? I don't know how to say it.
I apparently can't pronounce last name
Kudirka.
anymore.
I think it's Kurtica.
Kurtica?
Shout out to antibiotics.
Yeah.
Keeping us STD free for 50 years.
You know, it's a good thing that antibiotics are basically, like, generic.
Antibiotics.
Because could you imagine if Pfizer had the patent on, like, amoxicillin?
Penicillin.
We'd be dead.
We'd all be dead.
We'd be dead.
A lot of deaf babies
It's a
out there.
really interesting podcast.
It's called The City That Breeds. I think you should tell your friends about
that
it.
too. Freakonomics did an episode about the pharmaceutical industry because for as hated as they are, they give away a shit ton of money.
Not to us, though.
No, not to us, but they give out. Yeah, it's interesting. You have to listen to it. you're interested in.
No, it's a time. Like I am not a person who demonizes the pharmaceutical industry. It's a very complicated relationship that they have with the public, and that's all I'll say about that. Do we have any other shout-outs?
Not from the fans.
Okay.
My personal shout out is to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm a little late to the game here, considering we're on season 5.
Casey, where were you when they needed you? Canceled. Then renewed.
Yeah, they're renewed now. But I got back on board when I heard about it being canceled, and I'm almost done. Like in a week and a half. So it's a great show. Great show.
And it's an easy show to watch.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's effortless.
I love a good 20-minute, like a good half-hour show. When you watch it on Hulu without commercials, it's like 20 minutes. It's perfect. Like just sit down, whatever.
Right.
Whenever you got a few minutes.
I also miss Angie Tribeca. I thought that was a funny one. Another funny cop show.
It might still be on.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I only saw up to first 2 seasons, maybe. Funny.
There's
stuff.
3. So
3. Okay. All right. That has been shout-outs. Well, we are rolling right into the not second half, but the second whatever segment. I don't know what I'm trying to call it right now, but we got 2 topics. First of all, Casey and I have seen a movie that is out in theaters now that is not doing so great. It's called Solo, a Star Wars story.
Solo.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Darth Maul shows up at the end.
Oh, Brian
Spoiler
Brian
alert.
doesn't need to see it then. I thought it was a very fun film. It's an adventurous romp.
Yes, it's not. I went in with such low expectations that anything would have satisfied me.
Lowered expectations.
But pew pew. But I was really surprised with. It was good. It was good.
Action sequences were great. The comedy was actually good, courtesy of Phil Lord and the other guy who participates in the Phil Lord. What's the other guy's name?
Chris Miller.
Chris Miller. Anyway, if you don't know anything about
Were
them,
the guys that got fired.
they were fired from directing, but they basically wrote the film. And if
Then
you
Ron Howard came in.
Ron Howard directed it. Also was responsible for that a little slightly absurd cameo at the end by one Maul, a.k.a. Darth Maul.
Woody Harrelson turns on Harrison Ford in the middle of the movie, or at the end of the movie. Big.
They don't
double-cross.
telegraph that at all. They don't telegraph a single thing in this movie. Everything is a huge surprise. It is not predictable at all. I'm
haven't
waving
seen
my
it.
finger. You don't even need to see it, Brian.
/S.
Oh, I absolutely feel like this is what I can wait for video for.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean,
I think that's what
the
people are doing.
Well, but see, here's the thing. I don't like Star Wars, though. Are people who like
which do you prefer?
Star Trek?
But you have to say it the right way.
Oh, Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Star Trek.
But I thought you liked.
I like Star Trek.
Okay.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
No, I mean, I like Star Wars fine. As I've gotten older, I like Star Wars less.
Okay.
I'm on board. It's like it's getting worse. It's not aging well. If you consider the percentage of quality, right? So the first 3 movies are great. Second 3 movies are not great. The Force Awakens was okay. I haven't seen the second one, The Last Jedi.
Okay.
You're not gonna like it.
Okay, so
Last Jedi has its
let's
problems.
just call that a thumbs down.
I did not
liked
love.
it.
I was apathetic about it.
See, that's the thing. I liked it, but it pisses me off of all the negativity surrounding that movie.
The things that people don't like about it, I have no problems with, and the things that I don't like about it, I hear no one talking about.
Much the same way that no one is talking about climate change with regard to the Ellicott City flooding.
Exactly. No. So I find that the vast majority of Star Trek stuff is more watchable than the vast majority of Star Wars stuff.
Well, it's
There's
like
just so much of it.
I don't know what term I'm searching for, but cerebral comes to mind. Like Star Trek's a little more thoughtful.
Star Wars is for kids. Star Wars is dumb. There are no rules in Star Wars, and Star Trek has rules with science. Star Trek is facts. It's science. I don't like. Star Wars says, give you hyperspace. Doesn't bother to tell you what the fuck hyperspace is.
Yeah, you can't see the engine or the dilithium crystals or anything like that.
Star Trek has rules.
In fact,
Warp works a certain way.
The conceit of this entire movie, Solo, is it's a heist film.
Yeah.
B, like sort of a double crossy. It's a heist film, whatever.
Yeah.
And the thing that they're trying to steal is essentially galactic fuel for all of these TIE fighters and things like that.
Right.
And
what does this shit run on?
it's glowy stuff. It's glowy stuff.
Right. Dilithium crystals, like...
Right. No, it's the same thing. But basically, the ending of the movie is Solo does his I'm not, oh shucks, like I got a heart of gold type maneuver, and he turns over the extremely expensive fuel to this like ragtag group of rebels, and they're like,
You've given us a new hope.
No, it's even worse.
Did they say that?
No.
No, it's something like that. She basically is like,
Oh,
you
now
have sown the seeds for a rebellion.
Now we'll have a chance to strike back that empire.
Yeah, basically.
Well, we're going to return this to the Jedi.
And I'm like, all right, we're trying to say that Han Solo basically inadvertently started the rebellion by stealing a bunch of fuel?
I don't know who this guy is behind the scenes, but he sure is a Phantom Menace.
I don't know. I don't know if those people are supposed to be part of what ends up becoming the Rebel Alliance.
Well, she literally says...
Thanks, Bail Organa.
That's Leia's father. Like, I still know all this shit about Star Wars. It makes me angry.
But I think the funniest part, it was kind of annoying at times, but the woke robot.
The woke robot was great. L3.
So I did actually watch Star Wars. I don't call it Episode 4. That movie's called fucking Star Wars.
It's just Star Wars.
So I watched Star Wars the other day, and they're like, the Star Wars universe is so racist.
Hey, we don't want their kind in here.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, bartender.
It's like, okay, that alien with like a blue nose. Is
And
okay.
like, and the weird thing is, like, 3PO takes it, and you would think he'd be like, "Oh, right, sorry, I'm so gay," like, just fine with it. But R2 doesn't say a fucking thing. R2's like, beep, beep, beep. Like,
Yeah.
And that's what's the funniest part about this robot, because it's the only time in any of the movies where any of the robots complains about being mistreated, and then she just inadvertently starts like a robot rebellion at a key plot point.
Are the robots 3-law? Are droids? Droids are not 3-law compliant. I don't think, because droids can kill you.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know. So
Do you know what the 3 laws are?
of course, yeah. But the
I feel like I should explain
the woke robot basically is like walking around this mining facility and liberating all the robots by taking off a magnet on them that's like keeping them down.
Bolts,
Yeah, it's
which
the
they
same
never
thing.
bothered to explain.
It's the same thing, but it's the same thing that R2 and C-3PO get at the beginning of Star Wars, but from the Ewoks.
A restrictor bolt?
You mean
Yeah.
you mean the
Yeah.
Jawas?
The Jawas,
Jawas?
right? You don't remember that thing that they stick
Yeah.
on their chest? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
it's
same
in
thing.
it's in a
I haven't
couple
even
of
seen this
movies.
fucking movie.
No, I didn't
Let me
realize that.
explain it to
Yeah,
you.
they used them in the original trilogy, and they never explain what they do.
But do
so
the-
it was kind of funny that they're like, "Oh, let's take this off."
But
Now
do the
you can-
robots kill anybody?
They break a bunch of shit. I think
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah, I don't
you
think
don't
they kill
see
anybody.
them killing anyone, but they're definitely like they start freeing all the slaved
Robots.
miners and the robots, and they start wrecking shit. It's very funny. It's a very funny
And
sequence.
Chewbacca's really murderous. There's a scene where Chewbacca just grabs a guard and then just pile drives him and breaks his neck.
Totally breaks his neck. I thought that was one of the other Wookiees though. That was
Okay, maybe it was one of the other ones.
Chewbacca.
Chewie does
What
not.
a Wookiee!
Chewie doesn't really have any weapons in this movie. Like he gets his bandolier, but he doesn't have
And he ate
his.
somebody.
Do you guys
We
know?
just
yeah.
totally skipped over.
Do you
that
guys
part.
know what Chewie's weapon is called? It's called a bowcaster.
Bowcaster.
A bowcaster.
Okay.
Hey, let me get some of that bow.
Natty Bowcaster.
There's me
That could be the title of the episode. Why
Natty
not?
Bowcaster?
Oh, that's Natty Bowcaster is perfect.
Yeah, that's
Well,
perfect.
yeah, but like when you meet Chewie, he's in this cage, and they're kind of trying to remind you of the what the hell is that?
The Bantha or whatever.
Not the Bantha, but whatever in the third Jabba's palace in the third.
When it
movie.
was the 90s, did you
Rancor.
guys
the Rancor.
did
And
you guys read the Han Solo adventures?
I
No.
read the
Like
third
the
book.
original 3
I
like,
read the third book. I didn't read the other two.
from like the early 80s.
I've read none of the extended universe materials.
That's the other problem. That's the other reason I hate Star Wars, cuz like Star Trek books are relatively fine. They're just episodes that like don't count. But Star Wars books, because of the way like everything counts and if it happens in a book it's real.
No.
Like Star Wars books just they're like try to be movies, but they're all fucking dumb.
No,
What was the name of the green-headed like?
Except for the Thrawn trilogy, Casey.
honestly, I really like Shadows of the Empire, but
That was
No,
That was
so Shadows of the Empire again, something we remember as being awesome, but like it apparently is actually terrible.
no, I like read it fairly recently.
Dash Rendar is nothing but Han Solo.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have it on 64. You should come over and play it sometime.
Anyway,
Hang out in my basement.
I enjoyed the movie. It's getting dumped on at the old box office, but
Good,
whatever.
Good flick. But you didn't like the Darth Maul thing.
I thought it was a little odd. I mean,
No, it's actually really cool because I feel like it opens up.
It's a shout out
stage-
for the Rebels,
Yes. For Star Wars, the animated shows where Darth Maul survives being cut in half, builds robot legs, and then ends up running a crime syndicate. I want to see like The Godfather, but set in Star Wars, where you had like just like gangsters.
Well,
Like that's a big part of the.
So I've
background.
always
so
said
we've got 2 more of these pieces of poop coming out. We got Boba Fett and we got Obi-Wan. So that'll be the showdown between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, or sorry,
Hopefully.
Maul, and he'll get mauled.
So I've always said I want a romantic comedy set in Star Wars, and it's
should do
Katherine
that.
Heigl and not Taye Diggs, but Andy Serkis, because we're gonna do some mocap stuff.
Oh, okay.
But like,
oh
you
yeah,
know,
he's like a green.
he's just a green thing. But like, but I wanted never commented on the fact that like it's Star Wars. It's just straight up like you know, he works at the
Dagobah.
no, you know,
The Dagobah gas station.
right. He works at the Dagobah.
workshop
Dagobah's a
this.
swamp planet. There is no gas station. Okay.
The whole thing is made of gas. What are you talking about? It's a swampy,
It's
gassy.
Tashi Station.
Yeah, Dagobah is where isn't
Where Yoda's
that's where
hanging
Yoda
out.
lives. It's a
Yeah.
swamp.
Oh wait. Why can't it be Katherine Heigl and Yoda?
But that's what I'm saying.
He uses his force powers to masturbate her.
but it's like no, it's Star Wars, so it's going to be rated PG at least
13.
PG-13. But remember, so no, but I don't want no comment on the fact that they're aliens. Just like you
Right.
know, just completely normal. Like he works at the Space Mall. She works at the Space Architect's office, and just like you know, they love each other, and they're aliens, and it's just never commented on.
He's green. She's blue.
Right. How will they make it work? You know, it's yellow is the answer. Is right. Is that what happens with green and blue? Oh wait, yellow and blue make green. I'm bad at colors, and that's Star Battles, Space Battles.
Have you seen anything Katherine Heigl's been in?
She hasn't been in shit. Oh, have I?
Yeah, just in general.
I'm sure I must have.
I
recently.
my father, the hero.
She is absolutely terrible.
She's 16.
I saw her in that movie that she was in with Gerard Butler. Forget The Awful Truth or something like that.
We were watching this. It was like a Lifetime movie,
But it's not a Lifetime movie.
but it's not a Lifetime.
It's where she like gets obsessed. Is it called Obsessed?
No, she. Plays,
No, that was in theaters.
Yeah.
She's like quote unquote single woman, and her parents are always trying to set her up, and then she's like, "Surprise, I'm gay," and it's a movie about like her. It's
Her
weird.
pretending to be gay.
No, she's actually gay
Oh.
and comes out to her parents, and her parents don't know how to deal with it.
She's either Mormon or Scientologist. I
Katherine
forget which.
Heigl is pretending to be gay.
Pretend gay.
Can we just workshop for the next 15 minutes more Katherine Heigl, Taye Diggs movies?
Okay, give me a place.
Um,
All right, audience. All right.
Budapest.
all right. Did I hear doctor's office?
Yes, and
Did I hear doctor's office? All right.
scissors.
Pet store, go.
We
Katherine
bought
Heigl works at a pet store. Taye Diggs keeps bringing in his dog every day, and she's like, "Oh, I wish I could get him to like me." And she's like, "Oh,
And then
hey,
she has to call the animal control because he's beating his dog.
no."
Whoa.
She kidnaps the dog to make him like her. It's basically that David Spade movie, but
must,
Dirt?
must love dogs.
no, I forget what it's called. I think it's Lost and Found.
Oh yeah,
or David's-
is Janine Garofalo in that?
No, that's The Truth About Cats and Dogs.
Oh, okay.
All right, a modern
are good at
version
this.
of You've Got Mail. Go.
A modern version of You Got Mail. Very simple. Okay. Katherine Heigl is a high-powered executive at the newest swipey dating thing.
Right.
She just can't find time for love. Taye Diggs works as a community organizer teaching like little black kids how to play basketball or something. I don't know. Like
He's trying to develop.
Esports. bro.
He's trying to develop a community-based.
he's
app.
buying poor kids Switches.
He's trying to build a community like enabling app of some variety, and everyone's scoffing at him because there's no money in that.
Right.
Like,
He has a dream. Taye Diggs has a dream, and that is that he wants to take a mentor mentor match. Oh my God, it's called Mentor Match. This is the app. Is what the app is called. Yeah. So it allows for people to find kids to mentor. I'm a 13-year-old.
Oh boy.
I'm a 13-year-old looking for an older person to teach me the way.
To teach me how to direct film, and his name is Roman Polanski.
Right. So so that it matches young children up with older people. Honestly, I see the flaws in the concept immediately. But that's
been
the thing.
heavily endorsed by NAMBLA.
But that's the thing. Katherine Heigl, who is a busy executive who can't find love, she says, "No, idiot, that's a terrible app. You're just setting these childs up for pederasty." So, but instead, as they try to figure out a way to set them up, they fall in love.
Yeah.
This summer, Katherine Heigl, Taye Diggs, and Swipe Right.
I was going to say pedo app, but
no, we're getting away from that. That's his other app, the pedo app, where you walk to meet people.
Oh, yeah. You have to walk 10,000 steps before you can get matched.
You definitely should not have an app that matches up children with adults. Hi, I'm Billy. I can't run very fast, and I'm
very gullible.
Lazy. Yeah. Hi, I'm Billy. I'd like to learn how to run and just a little bit more about life.
I fall asleep real easy.
Right. I'm a narcoleptic. Ching.
We're terrible.
Awful people.
All right, how do we end this show before we get to the shut up section? Because we're only running 1 hour and 4 minutes. I do believe we've got a little more gas in this engine.
Didn't we have one other
Do we want to talk about sewage, really, though?
No. We said no. I think we mixed that. There's a lot of sewage that went into the river.
Well, yeah.
Why is it raining so much?
I was going to say, as an update to last week's catastrophic flooding
it's still raining
in Ellicott City. It is still raining, and my mom's house in Catonsville is basically fucked. The bills are piling up. It's going to be about a $10,000 repair job.
Wow.
The basement floor, all the carpet's been ripped out. The floorboard has been sawed off. Her bedroom is essentially a tile floor with a lot of dehydrators running. It sucks.
And she doesn't have flood insurance.
No, because never happened before, and it's technically considered seepage. Apparently, Restaurant Row in Catonsville is now destroyed because of some flash flooding that happened yesterday.
We had I was gonna say we had flash flood warning yesterday.
We've had flash flood warnings.
Guys,
this
start building those arcs. Am I right?
Oh, thank you,
Katherine Heigl and Taye Diggs in flash flood.
In Noah too.
Noah too.
Did you guys see the other Noah?
Darren Aronofsky's Noah.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, all of his vehicles tend to be pretty weird these days. And I was listening to an interview with him about Mother, and he's like, yeah, it's basically, the Bible, but it's in a house.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, he's dumb. I thought he was some sort of artistic genius. He's just a silly man.
Caitlin wanted to watch that last night. I'm like, honey, I don't think you're going to like it. It's like scary and dumb.
What is it called?
Mother.
Mother.
Hello, Mata. Hello. It really is fucking Camp Granada out there. This is insane.
Yeah, I basically have to go outside, and I don't want to. It's raining.
Yeah, well,
I got to go to trivia. I got to make some deliveries. I got to get packed, and then I got to go.
What? So let's talk more about this vacation. Because
okay.
we did not talk about it enough. I don't think.
Brian's instructions to me are to fuck a stranger.
Yeah. I don't know what. First off,
I can't even fuck people I know.
That's Brian's instructions to the available people in the audience. Fuck a stranger, guys. Make someone stay.
I'll give you one of these.
Hotel bars.
That is very true. I guess we'll have to see what the hotel bar.
So you're going to Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay, let's say that's true.
You're going to Gary, Indiana.
Okay, let's say that's true.
Like what? So you're going.
Yeah, he's going to Seattle, and it's going to rain.
You have to arrange your own activities, right?
So yes, but the envelope that I've received in the mail has a stack of a portfolio of suggestions and things based on my responses.
So like if it was Chicago, I'd be like, go see the Bean. Like
but
flick that bean, baby.
Flick it. No, it would be based because they ask you a bunch of questions before you book the trip, and it's like, what are you into? So I'm assuming that these suggestions will be like, here's this brewery, you should go check that out. Here's this like walking trail. I don't know.
Have you put any thought into the kind of activities you're going to want to do in different places?
No, because I don't know where I'm going.
Are you planning on, like, at night going to find, like, a good restaurant? Are you going to have a glass of wine, bring your book? Are you going to go to a nightclub?
No, nightclubs are not for me. I will more than likely eat a nice meal and then go looking for a nice little bar, hole in the wall, preferably. And then start to exude my Baltimore-based charms on the unsuspecting public. Are
you going to, like, make conversation with strangers?
I'll try. I've never really been in a strange place by myself. That's not true. I went to New Orleans basically by myself once, and I didn't have any problems.
Let me tell you a great opening line.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Evan.
Wow.
Just, I think that's just what people want to hear. Hi, I'm Evan.
Hi, I'm Evan.
No. Oh, hi. Hey, are you guys local? Because I'm in town doing this crazy vacation thing.
No, that's talk about an icebreaker.
Talk about an icebreaker.
I am here on a mystery vacation.
Guys, hi guys, my name's...
Mystery vacation.
Oh, hi, I'm Evan. Guys, I took a mystery vacation. I don't know what to do tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And, don't say it to, like, guys. Only say this to women.
Yes.
But what should we do? And then make enough friends with them that they're like, oh, my God, after, we make breakfast tomorrow, we'll take you around town.
Well, bear in mind that this is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday trip, so it's going to be real quiet.
Oh, okay. Well, make friends with the service industry.
Yeah, yes. They definitely would. Yeah. We're going to be up late.
Right.
Doing lots of blow.
Because they're not working on Monday.
Most of them, yes.
So, yeah, that's what you got to do. All
right.
Make friends with hairdressers.
Oh, yeah.
They don't work on Mondays.
They're also crazy.
I love this. I would are they more expensive on weekends?
I don't know.
I probably would have chosen a weekend myself.
Well, the only reason I didn't choose a weekend is because
you're going away.
Once I land, I'm then immediately going away again.
You've just taken the week off of work.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Because you didn't even mention this. You also have your... normal reunion bacchanal next weekend.
Sure do. St. Mary's College. Apply today.
I feel
you'll be okay. Gotcha.
What?
I'm saying you're going to be away, but you're coming back
for
Sunday.
Yeah. No. Yes, I will be back Sunday for the recording of this podcast.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know if I'll be alive. However.
No, we'll be fine.
Oof.
We'll be fine. Remember, we'll have a guest, so it'll be easy.
Woof.
All we have to do is be interested in her.
All right, I'll try.
And, ask her questions.
Very narcissistic.
Yes.
All right, that has been episode 231 of the CTB show, and it is about time to get a little angry. Time to get a little venti.
Catorce.
Time to get a little pissed offy. It's time to get a little murderous.
Fatality.
Time to deliver a knockout punch. Time to go right ahead and tell everyone to shut up.
The King Hippo.
Total carnage!
All right, this is the end of the show in which we give person, places, and things that are lowering our quality of life and giving us the opposite of jolly is a big old shut up. My shut up this week. Other than this nonstop rain, because we now live in the polar water vortex.
It's terrible.
I broke my brain.
This is the polar water vortex. I saw that in science books.
Shut up to depression. Shut up to water damage. Shut up to getting old. Shut up to not being as courageous as you should be.
You're going away on a vacation that...
Yeah, but there are other things that I'm referring to that speak directly to my lack of courage. Anyway, I'm working on it every day.
I told him what to do.
Well, why don't you compose the text message for me, Brian?
I ain't getting that involved.
All right, we got some Tham Zone shut up.
Zach Eagle, shut up to the lame non-rolls and would you rather questions. He is referring to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Aw.
Which we could get into that later, but I think that was within my right.
All right.
The question was, would you rather know the date or method of your death? And then But no one asked, like, if you knew the year. Like, how much if you knew the date.
Right.
And I said, well, you don't know the year.
You're gonna. I don't think you'd say something. You're gonna die June 15th.
Yeah.
Okay, and no, that's just it. Like every June 15th.
A June 15th.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's fine.
like, how do you just like? Couldn't do it. No, terrible.
I guess we should have played Would You Rather Fam Zone Edition on the show just to recap, but too late.
All right.
More.
Shut
we'll
up
play it with next week.
From
with
Liz
the
Gall. Shut up the safe light. They put in a warped windshield. Fucked up my rain sensor. Broke the clips that hold on my mirror. It's been a month since the initial
Whoa,
repair.
guys. Safelight's not a sponsor, are they?
No.
And they keep rescheduling on me for various and sundry excuses.
That sucks.
Oh well, Liz, they know where you live, so they can show up anytime.
Yeah. And shut up from Robert. Much like his shout out to antibiotics, shut up to the American healthcare system.
Shut up to chlamydia.
It shouldn't cost $300 for a trip to Patient First and a bottle of antibiotics for a sinus infection.
Yeah, I went to Patient First because I thought I might have the flu, and then it turns out I didn't, and all they did was give me a prescription for codeine. And yes,
You had jungle fever, right?
Yes, I'm in love, and it cost me about $300.
We will.
Yeah.
No, that's a different song, Casey. He's got jungle fever. She's got jungle fever. They've got jungle fever. They're in love.
Anybody else have a shut up?
I do. Shut up to contractors who don't respond in a timely manner. All I'm trying to do is give you piles of money and you don't respond. Thank you.
All right, Brian.
Shout out to back problems.
Oh.
So pretend.
Can we file that under getting old?
Yeah, I mean we could. I didn't want to be so broad. So pretend like your bed is like instead of having a box spring, you have slats, and you have like that. You know, your spine is like that pole that runs down the middle of the bed, and like there's like the wood pieces coming from either side. So pretend like your back has that outline. I did something to like the third rectangle on the left side of my back slats.
Brian's not a medical professional.
And it fucking hurt like all week. But then like I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean into it hurting. So I'm going to find where it hurts. I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to just lean into it so it hurts more. And then like midway through, it just stopped hurting. And I feel great now. So shut up.
Maybe you should go to a masseuse.
Why? I did it.
No. Preventative health, Brian.
I don't do
Stop drinking soda. Go to a massage therapist, asshole.
I don't do that.
All right, that has been shut-ups. Oh, whoops. The music's over.
Way to go, producer Mila.
Yeah. Lying around, doing nothing. All right, 231 episodes deep, y'all. Natty Bohcaster is the title. Thank you very much for being a fan. Thank you very much for being a friend.
Chewbacca.
I'm Chewbacca from the planet Kashyyyk.
Roar!
Oh, we forgot to mention how Han Solo speaks.
He speaks
Chewbacca.
He speaks Wookiee.
Chewbacca's-
That was an awkward sequence.
Oh, is it like Dory speaking whale?
Yeah.
And Chewbacca and Han Solo get a shower together.
Yes, they do. They shower together.
Oh, and Lando fucks that robot.
Yes, sort of. Well, it's
No.
implied.
No, it's not.
It's implied that they are having a
No.
sexual relationship.
No, it is not.
Yes, it most certainly is.
No, it's not.
That they are in love and they have robot-human sex. She says it works.
It
does not-
works. I haven't seen the movie.
Anyway, big shout out to L3. All right, this has been episode 231.
She's
Thank you
elite.
very much for listening. Go ahead and go on Facebook and look up the CTB Fam Zone Extreme because it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of where some of this content comes from, and I know that you all love that. So, thank you very much. I am off on vacation. Goodbye.
Goodbye.